I'm Pastor Aaron Harrison. This video is all about how much money you will need to have saved when you retire. An easy way to calculate how much money you will need when you retire is to times your desired annual income when you retire by 25. For example, if you want to make $100,000 every year when you retire, then you would do 100,000 times 25, which will give you $2.5 million, which tells you if you want to retire comfortably at $100,000 annually, then what you'll need is $2.5 million saved in order to do so. This is known as the 4% rule. The 4% rule is an easy to use formula that lets people know how much of their retirement they can take out annually. And what this tells us is that we can safely take out 4% of our retirement and spend it annually. The reason that experts came up with the 4% rule is because they've decided that this is how much you can take out of all the money that you have annually without risking losing your money. So if you follow the 4% rule and only take out 4% of what you have, then you should never go broke no matter how long you live. The reason you do not take out more than 4% is because you do not want the amount of money that you're taking out to outpace the amount of interest that you are gaining each and every year. In addition to that, you need to make sure that you account for inflation. Inflation happens each and every year, which means things get more expensive, which means you will need more money in the future than you have now. So you have to make sure that your money is continually growing in retirement so that it can keep up with the cost of inflation. Another way to calculate how much money you should have in retirement is by using age. By the age of 30, you should have at least 1 times your annual salary, meaning that in your retirement, you should have the same amount of money as you make as a salary annually by the time you reach 30, by your 30th birthday. By the time you reach 40, you should have at least 3 times your annual salary saved in retirement. By the time you reach 50, you should have 6 times your annual salary saved in retirement. Most people do not need to make as much in retirement as they made when they were working because their expenses are lower. You may not need a new car as often. You may not need to spend as much money on gas or travel as much. Many people go and they try to pay off their home, so they're no longer paying on a home. Usually people's children are finished with school and college, so you're no longer spending money on your children, taking them out on vacations. And so most people need to retire with about 70 to 80% of the salary that they made when they were working, but not 100% of the salary. And so when you're looking at how much money you will need to retire, then one thing to consider is what will your lifestyle be like and what needs will you have? So if when you retire, if you plan on just staying at home, not going anywhere, maybe having the family come over for dinners and holidays and special occasions, or maybe once a week, and the bulk of your money will be spent on your living expenses, your utilities, you have a paid off home, then really you will not have many expenses and you will not need a lot of money when you retire. On the other hand, if you feel like when you retire, now that is your time to travel the world and go on these exotic vacations and get expensive cars and eat at good restaurants, then what you're going to have to do is make sure that you set enough money in retirement so that you can do all of the things that you want to do. So if you're married, it's important that you go, that you talk with your spouse, and that you both are on the same page about the retirement lifestyle that you want to live. Then you need to go and check your retirement. You need to go check your Social Security, your 401k, your Roth IRAs, or your traditional Roth, or whatever accounts you may have. You need to go and check them to see your pensions and how much money you'll have in retirement so that you can make sure that you will be on the right track. And many people believe that they should start thinking about retirement when it's time to retire, but really that's too late. Really, you should be thinking about retirement as soon as you are an adult. Because of compound interest, people who start investing early will have the best results and the most money in their accounts because they're able to get all of that compound interest. So don't wait until you're older or until you get a raise or a promotion or another job. You should go ahead and start investing today. Don't wait till you get in your 50s or 60s to start researching and seeing how much money you have for retirement and how you're going to pay for your retirement. But instead, you should know that information now and do all that you can to make sure that your future is secure. So a lot of people feel like YOLO, you only live once, and they go out and they spend all that they have today, but they're not planning for tomorrow. Because you're watching this video, I know that you're not like that. So I want you to go ahead and make sure that you're funding your retirement. And some people want to know, where should I invest my retirement? Should I put it in a traditional Roth, a Roth IRA? Should I put it in a 401k, a 403b? What should I do? So if you're wondering those questions, then you should watch my next video, which is all about where you should invest your retirement income and what plan is best for you.